Hello and welcome to Cooking with PMQ. I'm your host Brian Hernandez, and I'm joined in the kitchen today by Lee Hunzinger, head pizzaiolo at Connie Rosso's and Zoli's in Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much for coming out and gracing us with your presence today, Lee.
Thank you for having me.
I'm very excited about what we're going to try to make today. I got my herbs, spices, and cheeses over here, and then I got a whole wall of meat on this side. So what are we going to be making today?
We're going to be making a meat Stromboli, New York style meat Stromboli.
So we can give everybody the exact amounts on all of these so we can try it in your own place. You can check it out at pmq.com/recipebank. We're going to put it under Zoli's.
Okay.
Stromboli.
Zoli's New York Pizza Tavern Stromboli.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys check that out. So step one.
Okay.
This is a big space here. What are we going to do with this?
We're going to spread out dough. Now, opposed to where a pizza would be stretched out with flour, we're going to do an oil base. We're going to just drizzle some on the table as such, and we're just going to spread it around. Now we have our dough ball. As you can see, there is oil on the table, so you're able to pull it up, and it's not sticking to the table. If there was no oil, it would probably stick a little bit. So we're just going to stretch this dough. Now we're not flipping it back and forth. You can. In this case, we're not. We're just going to keep it the way it is. You can see it's coming back a little bit like that. I have a touch too much oil.
Okay.
We have a towel, and we're just going to take the tiny bit off.
This is what I love. This thing started out round, and it's almost a perfect square. Well, it was as soon as I started that sentence.
Now we're going to use a rolling pin. Some people say, "Oh, you got to use a rolling pin. What do we make?" I'm not pressing all the air out. What I'm doing is I'm going to make it nice and flat and even. I'm not going to press down. I'm just going to use the weight of the rolling pin. The rest of the Stromboli, if you notice, it is a little bit thicker, and down here it's thinner. This we can kind of get a little more thin. So I'm going to push down with a little more weight for this second half of the Stromboli.
Where are we starting?
We're going to start with the prosciutto cotto, which
All right, here we go.
Boiled ham. Prosciutto cotto in Italian just means boiled ham.
Okay, so
we're
we
not
got
going to
our
put
ham.
in cheese yet right away.
Okay.
We're going to put one layer of hot sopressata.
Okay.
We cut this by hand here, so it's a little thicker than your deli slice, but
But you can use the deli slicer to save on food costs, get them thinner.
You can get it thin, you'll get more coverage.
All right, so next.
So we have roughly 20 ounces of shredded mozzarella cheese.
Okay.
A good shredded New York style, not a fresh mozzarella. This was a loaf at one time that was shredded, and we're just going to put some across the bottom. Roughly, I want to say about 200 grams of this. So now from right here, let's put a little pepperoni, Brian.
All right.
So this is cut from a stick, but generally the size of your average pepperoni. We're going to layer this with two across, like such, across the length of the Stromboli. Now we're set. Now I like putting fresh basil in everything Italian, pretty much, and we have roughly 30 basil leaves here from the garden fresh.
Yeah,
we're not
Wicker Gardens.
We're not julienne, we're not doing any of that. We're just going to layer a layer of basil that's going to be in the middle of this Stromboli. Next, let's do some, so we have salami, we don't have salami yet. Let's put some Genoa salami.
All right, some Genoa.
All right, so now we have basil. This is roughly about, I would say, 3-4 inches. We're just going to put one layer across, even overlapping just a touch. Okay. Now we're going to put another thin layer of mozzarella, a little less than what we had on our last layer.
So keep in mind, 4 or 5 ounces?
Yeah. If last time we had 8 ounces, I'd say about 4 or 5. Now we're going to put some some crumbled sausage that has been browned. This is a sweet Italian sausage, I believe. And we're going to layer that. This is also, this is 300 grams of sausage that we're going to put in this Stromboli. So there's a lot of meat in this. Now this is going to yield, like I say, 4 that we would normally serve at Zoli's. Grated Parmesan cheese, exactly. We're going to put some ham across.
Just thinly in
the
middle?
a half, right across like that. That's
Sopressata.
Sopressata as well. Just another one layer. We're going to put some more pepperoni, and then we're going to put a little more mozzarella cheese, and then we're going to close this baby up.
I don't know how much more this can hold. You're crazy. You're a madman.
Grated Parmesan cheese. We're gonna fold this stromboli and we're gonna close it up. Now we're gonna get our pan ready because after we have it folded, we're gonna transfer it to the pan.
Okay.
Good. So now we're gonna start the initial fold.
Is this a one-man or two-man job?
It's a one-man job.
All right.
You know, I'll do this today. So you can see it's paper thin. Hi, Mom. You can see my hand through the middle there. And I'm gonna come across this little rip right there. No worries. This is just the initial fold, like I said too. And we're just folding over. Once again, another rip. No worries. This is it's all part of the game here. Now we're gonna take this end and we're gonna boat it. We're gonna come across all the meat. Now I'm gonna start that fold. So you can use your hand and we're gonna tuck this baby in right here. Okay.
Okay. We got a nice tight roll here on the end.
Tight roll, and boom. Now this initial fold, and when I come across one time, I'm gonna take note because this is how I'm gonna want the stromboli to end. All right, I'm gonna want, when this is all said and done, this is finished rolling up, I want it, this is gonna be my top right here. The reason being is the way we had it layered and folded. I don't want the stromboli, when it's all done, all the meats to be per se on the side. I'm going to want them all straight top to bottom.
It's got to cook the way we made it.
Exactly.
Basically.
And we're going to come across one more roll, actually pulling a little bit, about halfway, keeping it tight.
And we boat the ends a little bit again?
Not yet, but we will. We'll come across with that one rotation again, just about there. And boom. So we're gonna get 3 rotations in all. This was the second one, okay? Now, once again, we got an end that's open. We're gonna wind up cutting. If the end is open, there are no worries. It's actually better for bacon process as well. When I come with this last fold, I'm gonna finish about here. And we're not gonna need this dough on the end here, per se. And I don't wanna sit there and have to mend it. So what we're gonna do here.
So we're gonna do this roll, but you're not gonna need the last
We're
bit
not
up
gonna
there.
need this last bit.
Okay.
And I don't want it to end with dough hanging off the side of stromboli. I want that to be right around the center, and it will seal on its own.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is trim this very end here, like such. I'm going to take this off.
That is beautiful.
And see, this is going to end about halfway on the bottom of the stromboli. Boom. And it's done. I'm going to twist the end. Feel where your product is, and very carefully, just cut that excess dough off the end. It's just a quick transfer. No worries. Boom. And that's it. We use an egg wash over at Zoli's, and what it does is it'll help in the browning and the cooking and add some flavor. And then we're just going to brush. Fennel seeds are a very strong anise flavor. If it hits my hand, I'm almost pressing it back on like that. A little oregano. Very light. Fresh organic rosemary that we've minced. Very, very light. We're just going really light. Some sesame seeds.
Okay.
Untoasted sesame seed. Just a little fresh parsley for a green color. And
finely minced.
Yeah,
this stuff
finely,
is
like a dust almost. We're just going right and just making some cuts on that same, keeping your knife on that angle.
Now how deep are we going?
I'm letting the knife, this is a very sharp knife. I'm actually holding back from letting it press down.
So we're gonna put it in our oven. We're at 500 degrees.
We're about 500 degrees right now, and should be good to go.
All right, and then how long are we gonna put this in here?
I'm gonna check it in about 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay. We're pulling it out, and this is the bottom. It's not too dark. It's nice, crispy, golden brown. You take it out, the sizzling stops. The smells hit you so much. So I think we're ready to cut it.
We are ready. We're still gonna glaze it a little bit.
Okay.
As once again, we're all about flavor. We have a pureed garlic and olive oil that we have in this container here.
Okay.
Pureed extra fine for sharp flavor. And I like to brush it. And what it does is it'll give a nice glaze. It's nice. And then we're gonna take some Parmesan cheese. We're gonna hit the top of this as well. And we'll give the camera a nice visual of the middle of it here. I joke around like Christmas come early, like you're opening a gift, And there we are.
Oh, look at the
That's
steam come out. It's so hard to wait. So would you like to go first?
Let's do it. We could do it simultaneously.
Simultaneously? All right. Let's do a little bit of a cheers
As
there.
you can see,
Here,
the
I'm gonna take
steam's
a bigger
still
one.
coming off.
Yeah.
I just cut it, so there's still crunch on the outside with that layered effect with the dough that we did. Instead of just one fold, we got a couple of rotations out of it. You could see the layers, and It's a heck of a bite we're
Very
about to
firm.
experience.
Yeah. All right, salute.
So,
So good, so crispy. You would think with this much meat, it's overpowering. It's not. With that much herbs and spices you put on the top, I'm watching you. He's crazy. It's too much. It's not. It all blends together well, and the cheese is so melty. Once again, Lee, thank you so much for coming out and
Thank
making
you,
this
Brian.
for us. I'm Brian Hernandez. This has been Cooking with PMQ. We'll see you guys next time. In the meantime, keep those ovens lit.